to get you here quickly. You should start from here and let us take care of everything in between. Flextronics SBS, innovative manufacturing services.
Hi, this is Jeff Walingford with Riverwood Solutions. I'm here at Apex 2011 in Las Vegas, and I'm here with Dennis O'Donnell from Precision PCB Services. Dennis, thanks so much for being here, and thanks for talking to me.
Oh, thanks for inviting me.
So tell me a little bit about Precision PCB Services and what you guys work on.
Well, our company, we offer niche services, and we're primarily offering services geared towards contract manufacturers and product development companies. And we do services, training, consulting, and they're along the lines of rework, repair, and helping do defect analysis and improve overall process.
So I know that you look a lot at upcoming processes. What processes are you working on now, new technologies?
Right now the main thing we're doing is we're helping people with their lead-free processes, in particular along the lines of a BGA assembly, and they're encountering problems in the process with installing BGA chips. They're not getting good connections. They're trying to figure out where they're failing, why they're failing, what they can do in their process to improve their process, or in the chemicals, in particular fluxes that they use in their process to improve the quality and the yield.
So you do a lot of repair as well as process development.
Right. Everything that we do a service in, we do repairs in, so we can do board level repair, surface mount pad repair. All the services that we do, we also provide consulting and training in those services. This year we celebrate our 20th year in business, so we take what we've learned over the 20 years to companies and pass it on to their employees and to the engineers as to what they might need to do.
Gotcha. So how often do customers come to you with a repair problem, and the solution turns out to be not just repair the product, but fix something in their process?
Well, we have shipments on a daily basis, and the majority of the stuff that comes through is, it could be, like I said, we're real heavy into BGA, and a lot of the stuff that comes in, they want us to figure out where it failed, and a lot of people are looking at an assembly process, and a lot of the stuff at times it fails in the noble plating process and the reflow process, and it's a matter of defects in the plating on the chip end or on the board end, or the type of flux they're using or the heat profile. So we pretty much inspect the boards visually by X-ray, and then we dismantle them, take everything apart step by step, and we do inspection along the way until we find out where the problem exists, and then we'll photocopy it or video it and give them back a report as to what the solution is, and then we put everything back together the right way and to show that it's going to work and that our diagnosis is correct.
So for board designers, do you have advice for those engineers to avoid problems?
Board designers, yeah, I say plug your vias. A lot of the stuff we look at, especially on fab for circuit board designs or on the chip end, you want to do a design for manufacturability, and that includes rework. So we see if you're going to rework a circuit board, you need to fully plug the vias. If you don't fully plug the vias, you use minimal solder dams. It causes the solder ball to leach down the via during rework. It can also fail during assembly. So we say fully plug your vias with solder mask. On the chip end, we see a lot of high-end chips. You know, chips nowadays, they're $6,000 to $10,000, and if you put it on and you get a solder bridge, which sometimes happens, the solder masks aren't holding up real well on the bottom side of the chip. So you need a more robust solder mask. Again, you need to fully mask the bottom of the chip. And what we see a lot of people doing, they do the solder mask defined pads, and where they feel that the solder mask defined pad will give you a better adhesion of the solder. And rework the solder mask defined pads, especially if you put them over gold plating, they break off. And so they're very difficult to rework unless using a really good non-contact method for desoldering the chip.
Wow, that's very interesting. So what technologies are you watching right now that you think will come into play in the next 5 years or so?
I think we're going to get down to some really small solder balls, very fine pitch. I'm seeing customers come through now looking at products that are not going to go on the market until far into the future. We're looking at stuff that's down to under 5 mil pads, circuit boards that are 0.15 thick. So the problem is to get a good paste print on those pads. What we're finding out is there's companies, they call it T5 rated solder paste, which is a very fine mesh that works very well on 5 mil and below openings for stencil paste printing. We're looking at trying to reflow a small circuit board that's 0.15 thick without it warping, and trying to put a small VGA chip on. I'm looking at the board now, it's like 0.15 thick, about 1 inch square, over 700 connections, and they're trying to reflow the chip onto the board, but the board's warping, so you need to come up with a good material that will have pretty much no warpage on something that small. Like I said, these are sort of things that I'm seeing that I'm having product developers or designers come to me, and they're trying to get it work in future process. They have requests to do it, but they're having a hard time getting past the challenges right now, and we're trying to help them come up with solutions for that.
Wow, that's very interesting. So how are you enjoying the show this year?
It's the first time I've been to Apex. The last show I was at was a NEPCON, and it's been good. I've been making a lot of good contacts and talking to a lot of people, and right now we're looking at possibly setting up a contract manufacturing company. So I'm basically here to evaluate all the equipment and see what's new on the market and what would be good for my company.
Great, fantastic. Well, thanks so much. It's great to talk to you.
Thanks for having me again.
And thanks for being here.